Yo, why do you say we reject the prophets?
Why do I say that you reject the prophets?
Yeah,
All right, Mazen, you have been coming here for quite a little while now. You've seen kind of my style and tactic a little bit. You've spoken to me, Why would you think that I
yeah.
say, like if you were to guess, and I'll tell you, there's no wrong answer. Why would you
The
think that I say?
prophecies about Jesus in the Old Testament that go against the Quran.
You got it, brother. You got it. See, I think that you're almost ready, Mazen, to take on my mantle. I'm gonna give you the link to my channel, and you can start debating Muslims for me because you got it.
Bro, uh, I'm good.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm
I
good.
don't know, man. You're a sharp dude. I need some help. I need some help. The mu'mins don't believe me. Maybe they'll believe a fellow mu'min, man, a fellow believer. Maybe they might believe you, man. They don't believe me. Maybe they might believe you. So look, I'll tell you what. We'll do a couple more tryouts. All right. I'll put you up against a couple Muslims to see how it goes. I'm pretty sure you'll cook them.
Stop.
I mean, you don't have to convert. I just know that you will cook. You can cook a Muslim. I know you can cook a Muslim by now. You've been here long enough.
Uh, I mean, it depends how knowledgeable they are, but I probably could, yeah. No, no, but the thing is, I'll be able to refute the argument as well. That's the thing.
Right. I guarantee you can cook any Muslim that comes up here. You've been here long enough. But yeah, so just to get into it, yes, the reason why I say that you guys reject the prophets is because you reject their prophecies in the revelation about the Messiah. You
And
guys
I'm
reject
guessing you want to talk about Isaiah 53?
Isaiah 53, Psalm 22, Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14, Isaiah 9, 6, Malachi 3, 1, Micah 5, 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, but the parts where I have the most knowledge on that I could probably explain for you is Isaiah 7 and Isaiah 53.
All right, let's do Isaiah 53. So you don't believe that
Yeah,
Isaiah 53 is about Jesus?
I don't, but I believe it's just wrong. It's just it's not inspired by God. It's not written by any of the prophets. I believe it's like written by the Jews.
Written by the Jews.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's not. I don't ascribe it to any of the prophets, and I don't think that even in the Bible it would be talking about Jesus.
You don't think that in the Bible it talks about Jesus?
No, I don't. No, like in Isaiah 53,
Okay. So then who is it talking about then?
the messianic redemption
The who?
of Israel. The messianic redemption of Israel.
You said the messianic redemption of Israel?
Yeah, the
So
nation of Israel
so it's
from its
about
Gentile oppression, as in.
it's about Israel being redeemed?
Yeah, from the Gentile oppressors.
But how are they being redeemed according to Isaiah 53?
Um, I'll explain, right? So, are you aware of who Origin is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in 248, Origin conceded that the consensus among the Jews in his time was that Isaiah 53 bore reference to the whole Jewish people, regarded as one individual and as being in a state of dispersion and suffering, in order that many proselytes might be gained
So
on
what?
account of the dispersion of the Jews
Yeah.
among numerous
Yeah,
heathen
I
nations.
couldn't care less. So what? We have earlier Jewish testimony prior to the time of origin, like the Targum Jonathan, that says this is messianic about the Messiah redeeming Israel, the nation. So I that means nothing to me. depending on what Jew you're asking, in what century and what generation. So, what
Sorry, who did you say about saying is messianic?
Targum Jonathan? Have you do you know what the Targums are?
No, I do not.
The Targums are Jewish interpretations in Aramaic of the scriptures. So you have their early Jewish interpretations of certain prophecies, and they interpret Isaiah 53 to be messianic. They do understand that it is the redemption of Israel, but it's by the Messiah.
In what way? Like through his blood?
Yep, that's exactly what it says here. That's what the text literally says, doesn't it?
Yeah, we can go over the text. That's fine.
Okay. So it talks about how he.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So he talks. It talks.
yeah.
Wait. Just to be quick, like, because you say about this. So Isaiah 53 clearly is talking about atonement through a sacrifice, right?
You mean Isaiah 53:5 in specific?
All of it.
No, I disagree with you.
Okay. So when it says here, yet it was the will, this is verse 10, yet was the will of the Lord to crush him. He has put him to grief when his soul makes an offering for guilt. That's not a sacrifice.
No, it's not in my opinion.
So what is a sin offering for guilt?
Wait, let me just. I don't even have it open right now. Just give me a moment.
Okay, take your time.
Okay.
See, this is why we got to do the tryouts, That's why we got to do the training,
All right.
Soon you'll be able to cook a Muslim whenever they say Isaiah 53 is not about Jesus. I'll be like, bring up Mazen. I won't even debate them on this. Bring up Mazen.
Avery, man, you're funny.
Thanks, man.
But, Isaiah 53 is not about this. Anyways, yet it was the Lord's will to crush him and cause him to suffer. And though the Lord makes his life an offering for sin, he will see his offspring and prolong his days, and the will of the Lord will prosper in his hands.
So the Lord will make his life a what?
An offering for sin, it says.
So that the Lord God is making his life an offering for sin. That's literally a sacrifice, is it not?
How about we go over from the beginning?
Sure, no worries. But just to be clear,
all right,
when God makes his soul an offering for sin, that's a sacrifice, right?
Yeah, it could be.
Good. See, that's why I like you, Mazen. We can get places, we can absolutely get places. Jason Casper on YouTube with a super chat. He says the Targum says it's about Messiah. That's right. We just went over that. Maybe to hell on earth because hell doesn't exist. All right. So let's see here. You want to read the beginning?
Also, to the person in the chat saying Origins didn't say what I said, he does in Contraselsum. Chadwick Henry, Cambridge Press, Book 1, Chapter 55, page 50. So don't say I'm misquoting him because I'm not.
Yeah, be careful. Mazen might cook y'all, man. Be careful in the comment section. All right. So verse 1. Who has believed what he has heard from us? And to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? For he grew up before him like a young plant and like a root out of dry ground. He had no form or majesty that we should look at him, and no beauty that we should desire him. He was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And as one from whom men hide their faces, he was despised, and we esteemed him not. Who's the we?
Okay. So the first thing I want to say is the servant is talking about, if you read in context, it's identified as Israel. Can you would you concede that or no?
No. Wait, who like
Okay,
who's talk wait,
go to
who's talking about, like, hold on, just to be clear. When who is the one who's Israel?
the servant,
No, not every time.
the nation of Israel.
And no, not every
Yeah.
time, because there's sometimes where the servant is being saved and redeemed by the other servant.
Uh, okay, we'll go over it. Can I read out Isaiah 41:8 to 9?
Dude, you don't have to waste your time. I understand that in Isaiah, the nation of Israel is
Yeah.
identified as God's servant, but also the Messiah is as well. That's what I'm saying. There's two servants that you see in Isaiah. You have the nation of Israel, and then you also have the Redeemer of Israel. Both of them are identified as the servant of the Lord.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool.
Mhm.
I also wanted to bring up Isaiah 48:20. Can I read this?
If you want, go ahead.
Yeah, it says, God from Babylon, free from Chaldea, declare this with a shout of joy. Proclaim it, send it out to the end of the earth. Say, the Lord has redeemed his servant Jacob.
So Jacob is being redeemed, right?
Yes.
By who?
Jacob being Israel, yeah.
Yeah. So Israel's being redeemed by who?
The Lord.
Beautiful. And so in Isaiah 53, we see that Israel is being redeemed, right?
Yeah.
Good. Who is Israel being redeemed by?
The Messiah.
There you go. You got it. So you just said Isaiah 53 is about Jesus.
No. Did I?
Yes. You just said that in Isaiah 53, Israel is being redeemed by who? By the Messiah. That's Jesus.
Oh no! Wait! No! You misunderstood me. Yeah. So when I say Messiah, when I'm talking about this, I'm not talking about my belief of the Messiah. I'm talking about the Messiah in the context of the Bible.
Who's the
So
who's the Messiah in the
I
Bible?
don't believe the Messiah here is Jesus.
Oh, so who's the
I
Messiah
believe
here?
it's
Who's the Messiah?
no. I'm saying it's a false scripture. It's not gonna come true.
Well, that's fine that you say that, but let's just at least dissect it. So you do acknowledge that it is about the Messiah redeeming Israel. Who's that Messiah?
Uh, like he doesn't exist.
Oh man,
Like, am I not making sense?
no, you're not. You can't make this up, guys. Dude, you are a mu'minun. You're a Muslim. You believe that Jesus is the Messiah. What do you mean he doesn't exist? You just acknowledged.
No, bro, no, you don't understand.
Look,
Listen.
Mazen. I'll let you say something, but look, I can understand if you say, yes, Isaiah 53 is about the Messiah redeeming Israel, but I reject this. I don't think that this is true. I think that Isaiah 53 is false. Yes, it's talking about the Messiah, Jesus, redeeming Israel. However, I think that this is false. That I can understand. But you're saying that Isaiah 53 is about the redemption of Israel by the Messiah who doesn't exist, who's not real. Like that, I don't get that.
Yeah, because Jesus doesn't fulfill that. I don't believe that Jesus fulfills this.
Oh, okay. So that's a different thing. You saying that you don't believe Jesus fulfilled this doesn't mean that it's not talking about Jesus. You just don't think that Isaiah 53 is correct. You think that Isaiah 53 is wrong, even though it's about Jesus redeeming Israel. You just don't think that this is actually accurate. Is that fair to say?
No, what I'm trying to say is Jesus, he didn't actually do what it would require to successfully fulfill Isaiah 53.
Oh, okay. So Isaiah 53 is a prophecy about the Messiah, but Jesus doesn't fulfill Isaiah 53.
Yeah, because I believe it's like false scripture, like it's not from God.
That's fine. You could say that. So let's go down this line. What part of this does Jesus not fulfill? Let's like jot it down. Hold on. Let's jot it down. I'm gonna get my notebook. Let's jot it down here and let's see what parts does Jesus not fulfill. So we're gonna go with the first thing that's mentioned here is him being rejected, right? So it says he grew up before him like a young plant and like a root out of dry ground. So that means that the ground has no, it's not fertile. It has no seed in it. So how does the root grow out of dry ground? It's talking about the virgin birth. Did you know that?
Yes, sir. I zoned out. So what do you say?
The root out of dry ground. How does a root grow out of dry ground? How does a plant grow out of dry ground, ground that is not fertile, that hasn't been fertilized?
Doesn't.
You're right, unless
Are you saying that's
that's
the
the virgin
virgin
birth.
birth?
Exactly. Does that make sense?
And to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? He grew up before him like a tender shoot and like a root out of dry ground. I mean, I don't think it necessitates that it's talking about the virgin birth, his conception.
What else would it be talking about?
It has textual basis to say it's the virgin birth, yeah.
Okay, so
But
we
it have to be.
okay, nice. So we have evidence that it points to the virgin birth. So we're going to mark that down as check. Virgin birth, Isaiah 53. 53. Virgin birth, check. All right, let's go next.
Okay, wait. I want to say one thing.
Go.
Can you go to in Isaiah 52:15? It says that the world leaders will cry aloud in the messianic age.
The
How does
who?
that happen? World leaders, Gentile leaders.
Absolutely. What do you mean? Gentile leaders have
During the
come,
messianic age.
yeah, through the age. Well, it's the age of the church. Through the Messiah, kings and Gentile rulers have come to Christ and have sung his praises, have been caught up because of him. Absolutely. Are you kidding me? What do you think happened to the Roman Empire?
No, but what I'm trying to say is, like for 53:5, for example, the kings of the nations will like let's say confess that the Jewish suffering was a result of their own iniquity
No,
in 53:5.
that doesn't say anything like that. It doesn't say anything like that at all. It says,
53:5. But he was pierced for our transgression, he was crushed for our iniquities. Yeah, I'm what I think is that's like a prophecy. That's what the Gentile leaders are gonna react
well, that doesn't say
to.
that. It doesn't say that. But let's
If you read,
go down the line. Let's just go down the line. He was despised
okay,
and he was despised and rejected by men. Was Jesus despised and rejected by his own people?
yeah,
All right, so that's check. So we got 2 checks for Jesus. A man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. Was he acquainted with grief because of his people's rejection?
was he familiar with pain?
Absolutely. He Lazarus died. He wept. He cried. He was in the Garden of Gethsemane, feeling the
Oh yeah. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
Mark it down.
grief. That's Jesus. Checks. So we got 3 checks so far. They didn't esteem him as
Yo,
anything.
why is your chat so disrespectful? By the way.
Oh, just forget the chat. Do this TikTok. Forget the chat. Everybody, chill out, man. Mazen is cool. Keep it cool, guys. Moderators, make sure you guys man the chat. All right. Make sure nothing, is doing too much. Nobody's doing too much. All right. So surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Does that apply to Jesus?
Yeah, in the Christian understanding.
All right. So carried our sorrows applies to Jesus. That's another check. Check number 4. Um, Yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten by God, and afflicted. Did the people think that he was being punished by God?
Yeah, for blasphemy.
Hmm. Okay. Well, we're on a roll, Jesus. Okay.
No, but I can concede all of this, by the way, and still like there's no problem with this. This doesn't mean like he bore the sins of mankind.
uh, all right. Well, let's see here. Um, he was pierced for our transgressions, crushed for our iniquities. Upon him was the punishment. He was punished that brought us peace. His punishment brings us peace. That's not Jesus?
The punishment that brought us peace. Yeah. So I don't think that's where I differ with you.
Well, okay. So in the New Testament, Jesus says that he comes to give his life as a ransom for many, and that he was to suffer for the sins of us. That's what it says in the New
Okay, I get
Testament.
that. I get that. See now, and when I just read those verses excluded from the rest of the text, I would take your understanding over the Jewish understanding. Okay,
Beautiful.
but okay, what makes me disagree with you is Isaiah 52.
What about Isaiah 52? It says the same thing.
No, yeah, but like if you read in context, it's talking about the humbled kings of nations, right? So it
Behold,
makes more
look,
sense that
behold, my servant shall act wisely. He shall be high and lifted up. He shall be exalted. As many were astonished at you, his appearance was so marred beyond human semblance. Who did that happen to? Where you're beaten so bad that you don't even look human anymore. Does that sound familiar?
Isaiah
Isaiah 52,
13.
verse 14. As many were astonished at you, his appearance was so marred beyond human semblance, and his form beyond that of the children of mankind.
His appearance was.
Come on, man.
Uh, so this was figured.
You about to become an Isaiah 53 apologist today, man. Does that fall for Jesus? Does that fall in line with Jesus? Being beaten, marred, so bad, beyond human semblance?
Yeah.
Boom. All right, we're on a roll for the Messiah. Oh man, this is fun. So, marred.
Uh, but then verse 15 says, and I know how you understand this.
Mm.
For kings will shut their mouth because of him, for what they were told they will see,
Well,
and what they will have not heard they will understand.
well, wait.
If you put
You
that,
you skipped an important line. You skipped how it first starts. It
did I?
says, yeah, you skipped the line where it says, "So shall he sprinkle many nations." By him being marred, beaten beyond semblance, that is how he sprinkles many nations.
What does it mean sprinkle?
It's the same type of language when at the altar the priest would unalive a lamb or a bull and would sprinkle its blood on the altar for the atonement of Israel.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mhm. So by him being marred and beaten, right? So shall he sprinkle many nations. Then it says, kings shall shut their mouths because of him, for that which has not been told them, they see, and that which they have not heard, they understand. So the Gentile kings and rulers who have not been given the scripture, this testimony wasn't given to them, but when they hear of it, they will see it. When they hear of it, they will understand and they will take the Messiah as their Lord. Make sense?
Yeah.
So, sprinkle many nations, and we're seeing how it all is coming together for Jesus Holy Christ.
But I also have a few other verses for the the world's nations about the like their reaction to the vindication of
Well,
Christ.
that's fine. We'll get there in a second. Let's just keep breaking this down. Okay.
Okay.
So he takes on our punishment for us. He's marred beyond human semblance, and that's the way that he sprinkles many nations. That's the way that he atones for the sins of the world, not just Israel, because it's sprinkled many nations, not just the nation of Israel. All right. All right. So, punishment. Okay. Verse 6. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way. And the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. The Lord placed on him the sins of us all. Does that line up with Jesus?
Yeah.
Man, this is good. Bear sins of us all. Guys, are you guys catching this? We are going through Isaiah 53 and we're marking out all the things that apply to Jesus. And
Are
so
you on
far,
YouTube right now as well?
yes, we're doing both. We got 1,800 people watching on YouTube, 500 people watching here. This is good education. Man, I'm gonna have to like use an entire page for this because literally everything's like I'm running out of space. Okay. So all of this we see, it applies to Jesus. I mean, we can keep going, but this will take too long. Right?
Yeah, you know what, Avery, this is where I like say, I think across the text, not just in Isaiah, there's lots of textual grounding to say that the redemption of the Jewish nation will have a reaction from the other world's nations. Okay, in lots of places, like in the book of Micah and the book of Jeremiah. So to that, I say I don't say your understanding also has no textual basis, because it does. You showed it to me. Okay, and I'm not gonna be dishonest and say it wasn't there, because it was.
Mm-hmm.
But like this is where like both have textual basis. So what do you say to that?